Hi Sagittarius, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Eight of Cups, which feels like no surprise because it's been coming out in every reading. And we have the Hierophant. I just did a reading for Aquarius, which will have come out the day before this reading is coming out. I'm seeing some very similar themes already within this. So we have Eight of Cups and we have the Hierophant. And the Sun, all cards that came out in that reading. I feel like something quite important is coming to light for you. You sort of get to decide what you want to do with this. I feel like something is actually making a lot of sense to you now. Taurus came out in that reading as well. I'm seeing Leo on the bottom of the deck. So starting off with Eight of Cups is about looking for something that we feel we're sort of like looking for, wanting to connect with, and a transition may possibly need to be made in order for us to do that. I'm also seeing Ace of Wands and I'm seeing Five of Cups, which when we have Ace of Wands, this is something that we see as a chapter that has a lot of potential, but when we have the Five of Cups next to it, it can feel really like something did not live up to that expectation. There's an opportunity here. Now something's being seized with the opportunity, and you can feel like wherever it was that you imagined things would go or what this would do can, again, really not live up to that. Having the Hierophant sort of highlights this. I am making choices that are connected with what I'm deeming as being a good investment. I thought that this was a good investment. Now I'm figuring out that that may not be the case. And it also feels like it's not like there's a desire to abandon this. At the same time, there's a desire to be honest with oneself. And if you feel like you're going to be choosing something where it's not really honoring yourself and not really honoring your truth, you may choose to not be propagating that within your life. So you can be at this point where you're like, well, I didn't want to have to walk away because I really wanted this to be working for me, but it's not working for me. So I have to accept that because I know I'm going to stay in conflict over this if I don't honor this, if I don't do something about it. And I feel like this is telling you more about yourself and where you are and what your truth is now at this point, and figuring out what to do about this then. This is an opportunity for you to honor your code here and for you to honor your truth and to take action based off of this information that you're now aware of, this clarity that you now have, and to choose to honor your relationship with yourself, to choose to honor the truth here for you, as difficult as it may be in this situation. And to unite the pieces of you, the part of you that has clarity on what's going on and what you're feeling, and then the part of you that's going to do something about that, to take action on behalf of that part of yourself that does want to feel inner union and harmony. You may not be feeling particularly inspired right now at this point. It can be a time where you feel like there's a bit of like haziness or lethargy. Especially over your mind and over your creative vision. Doing anything right now can feel challenging, can feel like even just taking a small step can feel like it's a lot of energy to exert just to do a little thing. Feel too like this is sort of a requirement of the energy to bring things back into a state of balance. Seeing Libra and also seeing Taurus here, both of these energies are ruled by Venus. So values, relationships can be a big part of this, especially to your relationship with yourself and your own values that you have. For some of you, there's going to be another person that's involved in this as well. Yeah, I feel like something that was initially charged is not really feeling like that anymore, and it's a sign for you. So it feels like at this point, if you keep sort of watering something, it feels in a way like sort of going through the motions, and it can be something that you don't actually really want to do within you. You don't really feel inspired to do. And there can be a part of you that's like, we need to move forward. Like, I need to go through a door that I feel like energizes me. And at the same time, you can just feel winded from this process. It can be something that feels like just tiring now at this point. You can feel tired. You can feel like you don't really want to exert your energy. Then we have the Hierophant. We have Five of Cups. So this is going to feel like I invested, I put the energy in, and now whatever it is that's coming up and whatever it is that's happening. Hierophant can also be like, I put my faith into this, you know, like I trusted this. Then you have Five of Cups, which is like things really not going as we expected them to go. And then the Magician is like, well, what are you going to do with this then? What are you thinking then? How are you going to work this out? The Sun feels like things coming to light. King of Wands there is going to sort of put you in the driver's seat of this situation, even though you can feel like it's a lot being handed to you in order to deal with this. Then we have King of Cups, so this is the part of you that's going to sort of ground, settle, to connect with yourself, and then figure out what's the right thing for me to do in this situation, where I'm really honoring myself, my code, my intrinsic nature that is intrinsically connected with harmony, happiness, and balance within my life, and make a choice and take action in a way that is congruent with that. And that's where that leads you, and that's ultimately what you're working with here, these different parts of yourself that are going to add up to that for you. I do feel too like this is one of those times where it's like, it's not like you're walking away from this or leaving this and being like, good riddance. This is like, I don't want to have to go, or I don't want to have to walk away, but I know that that's not me honoring myself if I were to stay within this, you know, like it can be one of those times that feels very bittersweet, like even feels difficult to reconcile. And at the same time, you can sort of know that this is what you have to do. You can know that you're going to be out of balance or out of alignment if you don't honor this. And that's why it can feel upsetting, because it's like maybe you don't want to. There can be this part of you that's like, I still haven't fully processed this, or I still haven't fully come to terms, or I'm just having a hard time in general accepting this. And so that's also going to be part of the process too. I feel like you are like very close to the truth here and understanding that for yourself. And so action also is going to need to match where your consciousness is with all of this, and at the same time it can feel just like a difficult thing to do, because there's all of this releasing, there's this letting go, there's this accepting, and that can be something that feels like it takes a lot of energy. And you can feel like this does put quite a strain on you, and it can feel like a lot of responsibility. I feel like this is going to bring a necessary energy back to you, and I also feel like at this point you are seeing things clearly and quite on board with the process, what's going on, understanding all of this. I feel too like this could have been something that you did where you were like, I think this is going to help me connect more with myself. Like this is going to be an opportunity where I really feel at home, and it did not live up to that. And so there's still this seeking of connection and seeking of that feeling of home and deeper resonance and harmony within self. It just feels like this thing was not a true reflection of that. And so it almost feels like I'm still looking. And if I have any hope of finding that, I'm gonna have to keep moving here. And that's sort of where that leaves you, with no other choice than to collaborate with this situation or to deny it entirely. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.